From the archives of the United States Cavalry, the true stories of Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and the cavalrymen he led. Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. Border country, southwest Texas. The year 1867. Another attack on a civilian supply wagon. Army protection unavailable. The reason, Colonel Mackenzie's limited personnel had been withdrawn to prevent a filibuster force from crossing the border into Mexican territory.
3 of my wagon trains destroyed and a 4th one overdue. And you, sir, sit there and do nothing about it.
I've detailed every man I can spare to patrol those wagon routes.
Every man? May I inform you, Colonel, that the majority of your command is patrolling an area where nothing ever happens. The border, or perhaps you expect these barefoot Mexican rebels to cross the border and invade in force, is that it?
Mr. Dubois, I'm not in the habit of explaining the military policies of my command to civilians.
Civilians? May I inform you, Colonel, that I have soldiered with men the likes of which you have never seen. Or perhaps you forget that I, Jean-Jacques Dubois, at one time commanded the 4th Regiment in the Legion in the service of my Emperor.
I'm forgetting nothing, Mr. Dubois. Particularly, I'm not forgetting the fact that you are now a citizen of the United States of America and a civilian. Ever since those same barefoot rebels that you refer to chased your legion out of Mexico.
Oh, Ranald. Here we are, bickering, you and I. 2 soldiers who are friends, like a couple of women. I, too, am a soldier. But, Ranald, I want you to understand my problem. My problem is my wagons.
I can't help you there any more than I am. I have my orders.
Orders? Oh, the bane of a soldier's existence.
Excuse me. Yes?
Courier from K Company just rode in, sir. Another train's been attacked at Massacre Flats.
My train?
I'm sorry, sir.
On of a patrol, Sergeant. Each man to carry 40 rounds carbine ammunition, 10 extra rounds revolver ammunition.
Yes, sir. Who will lead the detail, sir?
I'll lead them out myself. Get started.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Jean. I'm sorry about your men.
I, too, am sorry. May I ride with you, Colonel?
Why not?
Well, Mackenzie, what do you make of this?
This is Comanche. What was your freight?
Oh, the usual thing. Dry goods, cloth, dry groceries, and some hardware.
Guns?
A few.
Take a close look at that arrow, Sergeant. Tell me what you think.
Apache.
That's right.
What difference does it make who shot it? Mackenzie, these men are dead.
It means they weren't killed by Indians. Line up the troop. We're going back to the fort.
Yes, sir.
But what's happening here?
I'll explain it to you later. Mountain ride. Most of the Indian stuff we found was Comanche and Kiowa. All right, that makes sense. The Comanches and the Kiowas ride together. But that arrow was Apache, and that doesn't make sense.
Why not?
Because the Apaches don't make alliances. They're too proud. They fight alone.
I'm afraid you attach too much importance to one arrow, Colonel.
Really? Well, it wasn't just one arrow. There were other things. If it had been Indians who attacked those wagons, they'd have looted them immediately. There was no such sign.
So?
So it wasn't Indians who attacked your wagons. On the other hand, renegades don't usually hit provision trains. There isn't enough in it for them to make it worth their while. Now, any particular reason you can think of why they should hit yours? Think it over. Perhaps you can find a reason for me.
I will think it over.
Perhaps you can find one of those reasons by the time I visit you at your supply post, as you call it.
I shall try.
Good.
Archer, what are you doing here? Is there something wrong? The rifles?
No. The rifles are all right. They're on their way south.
Oh, good. Then what is it?
I didn't hire out to commit murder.
I don't understand.
Those men were murdered on your orders.
Oh, now, Archer, I know exactly how you feel, but we've got a lot of things to do. And one of them is to see that our good friend, Colonel Mackenzie, never suspects that my wagons are carrying arms for the Provisional Army of the Second Mexican Empire.
Don't be too sure of that.
Oh?
He has men all over town very interested in your activities, Jean. Don't underrate Mackenzie. He's a hard man to fool.
By the time he finds out my part in this venture, I'll be long gone. You see, I have 2,000 rifles stored in various depots, and in a few days, I'm going to cross the Mexican border, and all the men will rally to my cause when they find out I can arm them. Then we'll sweep out this revolutionary rabble and restore the Mexican Empire.
Having learned that Dubois' wagons were carrying contraband cargoes, Mackenzie rode out to confirm his suspicions.
Archer. Sam Archer.
I beg your pardon, sir. I don't believe I've had the honor.
Sam Archer. West Point, class of '60.
I regret to say, sir, you're mistaken.
Ronald! Well, I'm happy to see you here.
Ah. Tell me, who was that fella that just walked away?
Oh, there are many men around this post. I do not know why.
Thought he was a friend of mine.
Oh, from the Army?
Yeah, a fellow named Sam Archer. Gave up his commission to fight for the South. Joined Jeb Stewart, had a cavalry troop under him. Ah. Well, you mind stepping inside a minute? I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh. Sit down, Ranald. Well, my friend?
Tell me, what was in that shipment that was robbed at Massacre Flats?
Oh, I thought I already told you that. Household provisions, goods, dry goods.
You were carrying heavy cargo, machinery, or something else.
Machinery? What use would I have for machinery in country like this?
None. But those same cases could be used to carry rifles.
Oh, now I understand. You think that I, Jean-Jacques Dubois, am a runner of guns. I think the heat has affected your reason. Oh, but you are serious. Tell me, why do you say these things?
You were a French officer in Mexico. You were among the first troops that Louis Napoleon sent over here in 1864 when he tried to set up Maximilian on the Mexican throne. You were among the last to be forced out. You're bitter about that. I've heard you express bitterness about it.
But that does not make me a runner of guns.
No. But it gives you an excellent reason for wanting to see the overthrow of the present Mexican government.
You think that I'm behind this movement that's giving you so much trouble, huh?
Exactly. I think you've been using your wagons to carry guns and ammunitions.
And perhaps I also arranged to have my wagons attacked and the munitions you speak of robbed. Is that right?
I think so.
Why do I do these things?
2 reasons. 1, to take suspicion away from yourself. 2, to force me to weaken my border patrols and strengthen the northern patrols.
Tell me something. Can you prove these things?
When I can, I'll come after you.
Why do you have this great interest in Mexican affairs? Ranald, you and me, we have been friends for a long time.
Jean, if I found out that you were responsible for the massacre of those men on the wagons, I'd track you down to the ends of the earth. Goodbye, Jean.
July 20th, 1873. A patrol from C Company intercepted a freight wagon belonging to Dubois on the border approach. Its cargo, the tools of revolution, could destroy the growing peace between 2 nations.
Well,
Hello, Ranald.
so it was you, Sam.
I'm sorry I couldn't stop and shake hands with you when we saw each other the other day, but I didn't think it was good policy at the time.
You're working for Dubois now.
That's right.
Where is he?
He's gone. He heard you picked up one of his wagons and decided it was time to leave.
Where'd he go, Sam?
South. Don't ask me any questions I'm not going to answer.
I think maybe you'll answer. Disarm him and bring him along.
Yes, sir.
For the last time, where's Dubois?
I don't know.
You're lying, of course. Sam. Sam, I don't know how you got into this, but I do know one thing. You're not the kind of a man that can fight against his own country.
I'm fighting for my own country. Mexico's my own country.
This is your country.
Not since '61.
That war is over. Those issues are dead.
Not for some of us. Not for the men who rode with Jeb Stuart, who refused to surrender, who took service in Mexico with the Emperor.
The Emperor is dead, too.
Not for those of us who knew him. He's still a living symbol. To me, to Dubois, to the thousands of others who would gladly have died for him. No, Maximilian's the greatest man I've ever known.
Good sound, isn't it, Sam? Remember how many thousands of times you've thrilled to that sound? That sound of retreat and thrilled to the flag coming down? Your flag, Sam.
Not anymore.
Come in.
Sir? A scout just rode in from C Company. One of their patrols was ambushed just this side of the river. They're all dead, sir.
Where?
Eagle Pass.
Muster out every available man. Every man to carry 40 rounds of carbine ammunition, 10 extra rounds of revolver ammunition. Reserve ammunition to be carried on the pack train. Fodder and field rations for 3 days. All right, move.
Yes, sir.
More of Dubois' work.
He's fighting a war.
War. Sam, do you remember Bob Burton? Burton from Savannah. Cadet captain of C Company, your roommate at the point.
What's that got to do with me now?
Burton's son was leading that patrol. Yeah. Maybe if you could look at the faces of some of those dead, you'd recognize some old friends. Joe Peterson, Sam Baker. Men who soldiered with you. Men that you yourself led on patrol. Guess that doesn't matter anymore to you, though. Now, if you'll excuse me, I suddenly feel the need of some fresh air.
Ranald, I want to ride with you.
All right. All right. Then tell me where Dubois is.
He's in Mexico, awaiting delivery of his rifles. Enough to arm 2,000 men.
How many men's he got?
Only a few. He's counting on recruits joining him as soon as he gets the rifles to arm them.
Of course, without those rifles, he'd be finished. What kind of men are joining him?
Oh, freebooters, renegades, comancheros, fools like me.
That's what I thought. That kind of an army is held together by greed and viciousness, nothing more. Sergeant.
Yes, sir?
Sergeant, that wagon we captured from Dubois, how long would it take you to get it below the border?
Driving hard with extra teams. We might make it by noon.
By noon. All right, let's go.
July 22nd, 1873. In an effort to uncover the filibuster forces preparing to enter Mexico, Colonel Mackenzie devised a twofold plan. A detachment of his 4th Cavalry would sweep the border country to discover and neutralize any threat to the Mexican government. As this was being done, Mackenzie and a group of picked raiders were to separate from the main force and secretly cross the Rio Grande into Mexico to capture or destroy Jean-Jacques Dubois.
How much farther?
About 10 miles. Dubois got his headquarters in an adobe hut at the head of a draw. Won't be easy getting in there. A couple of men with repeaters could hold the mouth of that wash against small armor.
We'll worry about that when we find him. Let's go. That's it, all right. Dubois is still soldier enough to post sentries.
How are we going in?
We're not going in until Sergeant Stanfield gets here with that wagon. Then I'm going in alone.
Prisoners ordered, sir.
Break out those rifles, Sergeant. Disable them. I'll give you 45 minutes to break them up. Then I want you to put them back on the wagon and drive the wagon up into that draw.
Yes, sir. Give me a hand, men.
I'm alone. I want to see Dubois.
Hello, Ronald. I didn't expect to see you here.
You should have.
Come in. Sit down, Colonel. You know, you were a fool to follow me.
I told you I'd follow the man who was responsible for those wagon massacres to the end of the earth.
Sacrifices of war.
I call it murder. Your game's played out, Dubois. You know your men will desert the minute they find out that they're not going to get those rifles.
Oh, but they're going to have rifles. They should be across the border by this time.
What if I told you they'd been intercepted?
I would not believe you. How could you possibly have known where they were stored?
I couldn't, but Archer did.
Are you trying to tell me that Archer is a turncoat? I can't believe that.
How else could I have followed you directly here? How else would I have known where to find you?
Archer. I don't understand. Why would Archer betray me?
Only that he's too good a soldier to stomach the murder of American troopers.
I do not believe that. Colonel Mackenzie, nobody can stand in the way of my cause.
Your cause died with Maximilian.
It's a lie. Only a man died. I do not know what you did with Sam Archer, and I care less. But there are many men in Mexico who believe in the Second Mexican Empire.
Like those cutthroats out on the porch. Do they still believe in the Second Empire of Mexico?
Of course they know. But you know as well as I do that they're only a means to an end. Well, as I told you before, you're going to die. Outside, and don't try anything. My men are all around here. I'm sorry, my friend. Take him out and shoot him.
You follow orders and you'll be swallowing steel within half an hour. See those lights up there? That's an Army heliograph signaling to my troops. And if you still want rifles, here they come.
Archer.
All right. There are your guns. Show them, Sergeant. Help yourselves, gentlemen.
They're all broken.
Now, my advice to you men would be to get back across that river to your farms. Of course, if you prefer, you're perfectly welcome to remain here and try and fight my troops with broken rifles.
No! You don't understand. This is a trick. I have guns. Believe me, I have guns. This is a trick. Please. Don't you understand? It's for the good of the cause. You've got to stay with me. You are my soldiers. No, come back! Come back!
Yes, Sergeant.
Dispatch from Department Headquarters, sir.
Read it.
Request immediate report on United States National Forces forming in your district for an attack on Mexico.
All right, take an answer.
Yes, sir.
Commanding General, Southwest Department, so forth and so forth. Sir, action has already been taken. The border is now relatively quiet. That's all, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, one more thing. Read Mr. Sam Archer back into the United States Cavalry
I don't understand.
as a trooper.
But I have a commission.
You had a commission. Sam, please believe me, unless you'd prefer to stand charges, I'd consider it a privilege to have you serve in this command.
Sir, you got yourself a soldier.
Now, as for that commission, maybe we can talk about it later.
Yes, sir.
All right, Sergeant. I said to read Mr. Archer in.
Yes, sir. Place your left hand in the book and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Sam Archer,
I, Sam Archer,
hereby swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States.
hereby swear to uphold the Constitution.
Mackenzie's raiders rode again and again. carrying out the secret orders of the President of the United States. Do whatever necessary to clean up the Southwest. Make it a decent place for people to live. Ride with Mackenzie's Raiders as they relive the blazing pages of history in the making.